I'm so goddamn exhausted. I feel it in my head. I wish that I could mend, but it seems I've gone around the bend. Exhausted, hate to say it again, because if I don't get ready, it gets bottled and unsteady. Well, I don't like the way you talk to me. I'm not leisurely, no, I am just entirely displeased. I'm working my ass off, so please excuse the words I use to try and get across to you, 'cause I am just so fed up with your shit. People don't wanna work now, I guess that's what they say. If only they could know the shit we go through every day. Exhausted, hate to say it again, because if you don't get ready, we get bottled and unsteady. Well, I don't like the way you talk to me. I'm not leisurely, no, I am just entirely displeased. I'm working my ass off, so please excuse the words I use to try and get across to you, 'cause I am just so fed up with your shit.
Well, well, ha ha ha. That's a Jesus Christ. Hang on. That's come on, Jaffe. What fuck you, man. Where the fuck is that echo? Hang on. Listen. The echo is going away. Go fuck yourself. Hang on. Fuck you, man. Hang on. Where the fuck is that? Motherfucker. Listen. All right, it's about to go away. Hang on. I got it. There we go. All right, fellas, welcome. That was Bukkake Drive-By's band Quitter. There is a proper Gabbin' Games coming up today. This was supposed to be a members-only stream. Again, just testing out some new shows and stuff, and if people like it, I'll do this again. Just trying to find some new shows for the channel beyond Gabbin' Games. There will be a proper Gabbin' Games coming up later this afternoon around 5:15 or so. Of course, we'll be talking Game Pass price increase. People seem to be, moved by that, along with some other news and video games and stuff. PK says, did I see the horror video Nintendo posted? I did not, but I will... Alexa, remind me in 2 hours to look at the horror Nintendo video. Okay. I will look that up, and if it's interesting, we'll make it part of the show. What this is I don't know, man. I don't know how interesting this will be, but I do like, as I get older, going back and perusing the magazines that I came up with. Now, some of these are, or I should say a lot of these are... I was already in the business when these magazines came out. There are the first magazine I ever remember that was video game centric was, I think, called Electronic Gaming Magazine, which I was still in high school and stuff, but I fucking loved it. This, though, is EGM number 69. I don't know what the date was. I'm going to try to guess before here it is, April 1995. So I was in the business. Twisted Metal was about 6, 7, 8 months from coming out. Mickey Mania had come out, so I was still very much like, hadn't really made any kind of marks or anything like that. So let us begin and see. I don't know, just read it. Like I said, I got you guys in the chat there. So hit me up if you want to stay focused on any particular page or anything you want to really focus on. Let me pop out this window, though, so we can chat. And I can see the chat. If I knew this was going to be going live to everybody, I would have done it on StreamYard. But alas, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah. All right, fellas, here we go. Let's visit the past. All right, cover we got, obviously, we've never seen that, obviously. I mean, they don't need to. Maybe now with Mortal Kombat 1, the reboot or whatever, which I thought was great, but I don't think it's selling anywhere near as well as 11. And Street Fighter 6, which I thought was great, but I don't think it's selling anywhere near as what they hoped. Maybe one day soon we'll actually get the King Kong versus Godzilla of fighting games, which would be cool. But alas, this is just talking about Mortal Kombat 3, which was great, and Street Fighter Legends, which I did not play. Okay. Game Boy Color. In color. No, this isn't Game Boy Color. This is just straight up Game Boy. It's just different colors. Okay. Whatever. It's amazing. I mean, I get it. Hello, JS. I get it. People, if you don't own one yet, you'll buy, hey, if I like yellow. I always like to get the yellow iPhone. They look like fun bananas is what I like. But there are people that collect this shit and collect these goddamn colors, and which is great. I mean, whatever works for you. The play it loud era. Yeah. No, this was definitely the everything's attitude-y. Oh, shit. You're looking into the eyes of one sick puppy. Secret of Evermore. I was about to think it was Sam Fisher. He wasn't out yet. Secret of Evermore. Place nose here and pull back slowly. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, well, that's cool. I don't remember this ad, but Secret of Evermore, if you don't remember, was the first American RPG that was made by Square. And I don't remember if it was tied into the Mana series, because it was Secret of Mana. Secret of Evermore came after. I remember playing it at the beginning. I thought it was kind of cool because it was one of the first RPGs I had played that opened in like suburbia USA. That's pretty commonplace now, and obviously with Stranger Things, tons of games do that now after Stranger Things came out. But Evermore, if I remember correctly, did actually open. This issue is 1995. Did I say 99? Yeah, this is April 95. This particular game opened in like, I think you were like looking for your dog or something like that. Yeah, the kid with the dog. But it clearly didn't do all that well because nobody talks about it all that much, and there's no sequels or anything. Steve Harris, who I tried to reach out to before I did this because I don't want to be fucking up any copyrights and shit. Hopefully he doesn't mind. A lot of people do this, but let's give it a read until we're bored. I'm not going to read the whole magazine, of course. I'll just read what we want. But, the editor-in-chief's note, there's something interesting there. Ed Simrad, of course, was the editor-in-chief. Sushi X, who I don't know I never found out who Sushi X was. But I'm sure if you go through a bunch of these, you'll see people that are still, not a lot, but still working in the biz today. I think Steve Harris is now publishing a magazine called Geek Something, which you get for free at Walmart, kind of like what Game Informer was doing. But anyway, here's what he says. It's called The Video Game Industry's Dirtiest Little Secret. For some time now, I have been personally concerned about Sega, Nintendo, and Sony will do to launch the Saturn Ultra 64, oh my God, which was the N64, obviously, and PlayStation. Although both the Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation exhibit strong potential to become the standard bearer of the later 90s, and the SGI graphics demos that Nintendo has shown look nice, there is a dirty little secret in this industry that clickbait that exists as equal parts marketing strategy and competitive gamesmanship. Addie Pie says the font is atrocious. That's right. I'm talking about the retail price of these new mega machines. Here we go, boys. See, anybody thinking this is, new, this complaint never goes away. There's a lesson to be learned from the experiences that 3DO has endured in its short history. After riding high the wave of speculation that a common standard could be created and licensed out to various manufacturers for mass consumption, the final product has had its problems at retail. 3DO had their ducks in a perfect row. Well, no, they didn't, because the games were terrible. With multiple licenses, little risk to publishers and manufacturing costs, and a true state-of-the-art piece of entertainment on which to program. Despite all these facts, the system still had difficulty gaining acceptance widespread due to God damn it, Jaffe. Due in large to one part. Okay, you can go fuck yourself, words. They had a hard time gaining widespread acceptance due in large part to one thing: its cost. What are you talking about, Stephen Harris? You got rocks in your brain pan. It was the games. Although the 3DO was a better machine with the most cohesive vision of what entertainment in the future should be like, the company could not convince casual gamers and parents that casual gamers back then meant something else, that their system was $600 better than Sega or Nintendo's 16-bit. Furthermore, the fact that the manufacturer's 3DO hardware had no immediate interest in software revenues, an area that Sega, Sony, and Nintendo all enjoy, it became difficult for the price of the 3DO to come down as rapidly as required. This fall, we'll see the first effects of 3DO's initial launch. I'm thinking that's a good point. All three of the game systems, you're going to have at this point, you had the Saturn, the N64, the N64 wasn't out that fall, but maybe it was, and the PS1, and the 3DO was just kind of sitting out there trying to compete with what? I mean, it was a terrible system. I'm sorry. There are encouraging signs, though, really. Rumors are rampant. Nintendo and Sony are willing to take mammoth losses on the hardware, as much as $100. Well, that is true. That is true. So to his point that it's all about the price of the hardware, which it's not always, he is correct that, Sony, what is it, $299? Come on now. Expect to see a daily war of tit for tat between all three system providers at E3 in LA. That was the first one coming up, I think. Yeah, first one. Hopefully the free market will prevail and we'll see how low price PS and Saturns do alongside the $250 N64. Did that launch at $250, the N64? There can simply be no alternative. Even 3DO has learned the lesson, gaining the attention it originally deserved 2 years ago. Look, man. Who the fuck wanted who bought that? I mean, I'm sure some people did, but fuck. All right, Mortal Kombat 3 is just an ad. We had the Mortal Kombat. God, I don't want to stop on every page and talk, but it was 200. Okay, so the N64 was $250 at Toys R Us. That's a pretty goddamn good price. I don't remember that. That's great. We had the Mortal Kombat 3 arcade machine up in Foster City in product development. I used to play the shit out of that. I liked Nightwolf. He was my favorite. Nightwolf and one of the robots. Was it Cyrax, the guy who opened his chest and grenades came out and he shot the green neon glowing net? That was pretty good. All right. Contents, go fuck yourself. Hey, come on now. God damn it. Well, I remember the PS1 price because, it was a big deal. It was, it made the news of like, what was it? Steve Race just said $299 during E3. So, it was kind of in the zeitgeist of gaming culture. Whereas the N64, I remember the day I saw it in the offices and it was amazing. I just don't recall when they admitted what it would cost. Yeah, this is bull. Look, never walk away from a challenge. This is the only way I was ever able to beat the game Contra. Hang on, one sec, fellas. Do I remember the price of the dev kit? No, I don't. Well, I didn't buy one. I mean, we worked for Sony, so we just had them. But yeah, it's like turbo and hands-free auto fire. That's pay to win. But that's how I beat Contra on the NES. I had one of these fucking things. All right. Ooh, this is good. Here we go. Letters. $2,500. Net Eurosa was what? 900. All right. Letter of the month. Here we go. Letter of the month. Sorry, I played with the dog. Okay. I'm sure you guys at EGM are, and by the way, in the chat, let me know when you're ready to move on. I don't want to, wear out the welcome of a page. I'm not going to read the whole issue. But if you see something you want me to read or talk about, or you're getting tired of me being on a page, let me know. That would be great. But here's the letter of the month. We got to fucking deal with that. He says, I'm sure you guys at EGM are totally sick of letters that go like this. Hey guys, you know what? Hang on. I gotta go I gotta put the dog up because the handy guy is going to be here and I don't want him to attack him. I'll be right back. Are you in this issue? I don't no, because maybe. I know we came out at E3, like that was our first big everybody can play it, but I don't know when we announced it. 1 second. Let me go put this guy up. And by the way, if you want to follow along at the bottom of this video or below this video or whatever it's called, there's a link to this issue I'm looking at on Internet Archive. Okay. I want to get a PlayStation, Jaguar, Saturn, Ultra, whatever, but which system is best? With all the next-gen systems coming, I guess everyone has a natural curiosity as to what will be the best. Personally, I'm getting kind of sick of the whole thing. I mean, come on. Some of these systems aren't even out yet. Who knows who will have the best system? I do. I think a lot of people are getting kind of freaked out about the whole thing, even though they haven't seen any of the games yet. We should pass judgment on systems we shouldn't pass judgments on systems we haven't tried. Just remember, half the fun of all this is the fact that we can't predict the future. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Time will tell. Shut up, Garrett, you idiot. Let people have a good time. EGM says, we couldn't agree more. We couldn't agree more. If I had a dime for every letter we get asking our opinion on which of the next-gen systems is best, I'd be very rich. Although some of these systems are hot right now, let's not forget what will decide which system will be best, the games. I thought we just read it on the editorial. It was the price. You could launch a 64-bit system that has so much muscle that it should blow everyone out of the water. Problem is, you don't have the games. No one's going to pick it up. After the initial launch of these next-gen systems, a few months, draw your conclusions as to which one best suits your needs. Look at the available software, blah, blah, blah. In some cases, the systems exceed $400. You wouldn't want to make a snap decision at that level. After all, you wouldn't buy a house for $1 million if you didn't like the neighborhood. Gee, a little racist. Anyway, I guess the moral of the story is to hold your horses and don't believe all the crud you hear. Make your own choices. Great letter, Garrett. Your acclaimed dual turbo joysticks are on their way. Yeah, if only Garrett could see the console wars now, says Mutimo. That's true. Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely think it's funny that there was a point when the Jaguar, which I think was already out, and the Panasonic 3DO were even in the conversation. I remember, I've told this story because it sounds like the beginning of a creepy story, but I remember when me and Mike Yam were at a toy store at Century City, and we were tuning Warhawk and Twisted Metal. It hadn't even been revealed yet. And we saw this kid who was in the games section. He must have been about 10, 11 years old. And we went up to him and we were like, hey, we have our offices just down the road. Would you want to come by and we want to get your feedback? We were just desperate for anyone to play it at a customer level. And obviously we went and found his mom and she said, that's weird, but sure, why not? And so she did come by and he played the Saturn that we had and he played the PlayStation, not just our games, but all the games that were launching. And he was like, oh my God, this PlayStation thing blew his fucking mind. And he actually came back into the office with his mom several times throughout the years when we were still in Santa Monica, just to hang out, give us feedback, talk about what he was digging with the new games. And I was actually kind of cool, but that could have gone south. It's like, take a seat right there, Sony PlayStation. Sony PlayStation would have never approved it, but that was back in the day. We did all kinds of shit we just wanted to. Hell, I took a meeting. I found this today. I'm going to do a different video about it, but I found this today, which is a document where I met, and this is September 1993, this document, right? So I had only been working at Sony for about 3 months, but I went off to, on my own, I suppose, to Saban Entertainment. The publishers of, Bandai Namco, Saban, they did Power Rangers, X-Men, to pitch them a Skyblazer video game. So, nobody knew what we were doing. We were just walking around spending their money. It was great. All right, let's move forward. Was the mom hot? Man, I don't really remember because I was a lot younger then, and so she was not a lot older, but to me, probably wouldn't have... She wouldn't have pinged my radar regardless of that. All right. These are quick questions. I like quick questions. With all the new systems coming out, how much longer will 16-bit systems be supported? They don't know. How many games do you guys have at your office? Too many, they say, at EGM. We have so many that we have to redesign our offices to accommodate them. How long does it take to develop a game? Oh, man. It depends. First off, if a company has 10 to 15 people working on a title, the amount of time it takes to make a game is less than if they had, say, 5 people. This is the past. God damn. That's a big team, 10 to 15. The type of game being made has a lot to do with it. A game like Donkey Kong Country would take more time than a game like Madden, because Madden is essentially the same game from year to year, tweaked by programmers. Man, things change. Okay, I mean, there's still truth there, but... All right, what is this? The Ultimate Evil Warlock. I don't even remember this. That's my birthday. Anybody ever play this game, Warlock? What the fuck is that? Acclaim... I spelled it wrong. I don't care. Game Warlock. What the fuck is Warlock, man? Trimark... the fuck is this motherfucking thing I'm looking at? Here we go. Let's see. Did you guys ever play this? What the fuck is this? Oh, I might have played this. This is kind of cool looking. It's kind of, must have been. Oh, is this based on the movie? I think it's based on a movie, the Julian Sands movie. Yeah, okay, I got you. I know what this is. All right, moving on. EGM's top 10s. Here we go. This is April of 1995, my friends. April of 95. The EGM folks like to Shinden, as they should. I know a lot of fighting game fans shit on that now. Like, oh, it's so shallow. Whatever, fuck you, was awesome. Super cool. NBA Jam, number 3 was Samurai Showdown 2. Number 4, Mega Man, 10 to the second, whatever. Ridge Racer, PlayStation. Number 6, Mega Bomberman. What a great game. Return Fire on the 3DO was number 7. Number 8, Kirby Avalanche. Number 9, NBA Jam for the Genesis. And number 10, Cyber Sled, which is what we used to study the AI for Twisted Metal before we actually had a real AI programmer on the team. And then here's what the readers were digging back then. The number 1 game, understandably, was NBA Jam Tournament for SNES, Mega Man X2, MK3 in the arcade, NBA Jam for Genesis. Number 5, Earthworm Jim. Number 6, Donkey Kong Country. Number 7, Samurai Showdown 2. Number 8, Sonic and Knuckles. Number 9, MK2. And number 10, Mega Bomberman. I want you to think about the chops of a man like Edward Boon, right? Because this motherfucker has been on the same fucking series, short of The Grid, which was an arcade game I think he did a little work on, since 90? What are we looking at? Over 34 years on one series. I mean, good for him. He's made people, including himself, I hope, a great deal of money and brought people a lot of joy. But I don't know if I could do it. Look at this. Beyond Oasis. I bought this at GameStop. I was in college. I loved the theme. I loved the packaging. I loved the screenshots. Wait, how is this? I was out of college if this was 95. But anyway, I remember buying this at GameStop and taking it back because I was so fucking disappointed in it. I thought it was going to be like another Zelda game, and no thank you. It was not that. So fuck them. All right. Psycho letter of the month. Oh, well, this is what Bukkake was doing back in the day. Here's what he says. It's from Joel Simone. I'm a huge fan of your magazine, EGM. Your magazine contributes awesome poetry to our society today. I know poetry when I see it. I take part in our 4 poetry classes every week, and I'm the captain of my high school varsity poetry club. They made this guy up. This isn't real. Every sentence I read in your magazine causes me to tremble with excitement. You hide poetry throughout the entire magazine. In honor of your magazine, I would like to contribute 2 poems. All right. Here's one called EGM. The willow tree, it sings a song of nature. The chocolate, its sweet taste. The birds, they swoop gracefully through the sky. The water, it flows like silk. EGM, oh yes, EGM. He's terrible. Fuck him. He's awful. Awful poet. All right, let's move forward. What else we got here? EGM letter art. Yeah, man. Isn't that something? People would actually write letters. These are pretty good, though. Look at this guy. Street Fighter envelope art. Street Fighter. MK, Street Fighter. Jesus. Is this Dragon Ball or some such nonsense? I don't know what this is. This is an anime with the panda. What's this fucking thing called? But it's cool, man. I almost left Sony to design this game, Pitfall: The Mind Adventure. Me and Mike Yam, again, went over to Activision, took a meeting. They offered us a job to be the designers on this. And I don't know. Something made us say no. Thank God. What do you mean, where am I reading these, Mutant Mo? Ranma half. Right, okay. Activision's Pitfall: The Mind Adventure breaks new ground with all new adventure based on the legendary title. It didn't break new ground, you idiots. Oh, this is just EGM. Okay, it's just savings. Okay. Stan Lee and Mark Hamill. If you go to the Infinity Interactive Expo, well, E3 kind of, who was going to be there? Mark Hamill, Stan Lee, Claudia Christian, Brad Dourif, Lou Ferrigno, Lorenzo Lamas, Gary Lockwood, from 2001, Marina Citrus from Star Trek, Stan Winston, of course, The Thing, Spider-Man, Wolverine. Wow. Okay, yeah, it's Internet Arcade. Yeah, or Internet Archive, sorry. Look at that. I never played this, but I heard so many people talk about this. I think a remaster's come out in the meantime. Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Or was this a sequel? Like, I haven't played any of the Ogre Battles, actually. But I think I would like them, but maybe they don't hold up at this point. Enix. Remember when Enix was its own fucking company? Remember that? Crazy days, baby. The Sega Channel. Sega Channel had their first online contest in the Great Earthworm Jim Race. Subscribers had a chance. So you did not download the games or you streamed the games. I don't remember. I remember it being out, but I never had it. I never spent any time with it. Mortal Kombat Arena Show hit the road in the summer of 95. Larry and I began talking about putting a project together, they said. So what is it? The tour is unlike anything ever before. There will be magic and interaction with the audience. After each match, audience members will be able to vote to determine the outcome. That sounds great. Did anybody go to this? The members of the audience will decide whether they would like to see a babality, friendship, fatality, or new special moves. This was a thing? Ed Boon and John Tobias have made special codes for MK3, exclusive to the tour. Not only will fans of the game who attend have a chance to play the game on a big screen before the performance, but they will be able to learn exclusive codes. Interesting, given that there was no internet back then, they could actually keep them relatively well hidden. The show will be making its way to your neck of the... Was this a thing? Who saw this? This sounds awesome. I gotta look this up. Mortal Kombat, the live tour. Let's see, was this real? Mortal... The live tour. Here's a promo. Did anybody go to this? What the fuck am I looking at?
You've played it. You've watched it. Now live it. Mortal Kombat, the live tour, coming soon.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch the whole video.
Evolution of Mortal Kombat.
No, I just want to. No, I want to see. Fuck you. No, I want to see the goddamn thing. Here we go. No, I don't care about your promotion. Oh, so it was real. This was real, man. How did I not know about this, and how did this not just do huge business? Do you know my ex-wife works out at a gym with Sub-Zero, the guy who played Sub-Zero? He goes to the same gym. Isn't that cool? I keep telling her, there's Kerry Hoskins. In fact, he's probably in this video. I keep telling her I want to meet him. She's like, okay. But she's like, yeah, go to the gym. I'm like, yeah, but that means I have to go to a gym. I didn't see this, but this sounds fucking cool, man. I'm super interested in if there's like a whole video of this. All right, let's keep going. Nintendo gaming via satellite. And see, everybody's been trying to do this for a long time, you guys. St. Giga is a pay radio station that broadcasts CD quality music. They want to do the first satellite data transmission called Super Famicom Broadcast. You must be living in Japan and have a BS tuner and BS antenna. The data will be recorded onto the cassette's memory. So I guess you can download it. You're not streaming it. You're just downloading the data. That's pretty cool. Earthworm Jim cartoon in the works. Oh my God. As part of a major marketing effort, Digital Pictures. These are the guys that did the. What's it called? All the Ground Zero Texas style shit. The Sega CD. Forgot they had Scottie Pippen did Slam City and Supreme Warrior. And I've told this story on the main show before. I will never forget, though. It was so weird, man. I'm coming back from the very first E3. I'm in this elevator, and there's this guy, and he was not cosplaying. I don't even know if there was such a thing as cosplaying back then. But there was this guy, and he's in the elevator, and he's dressed all in white with a hat and a cane. He looked like the, Richard Attenborough, spared no expense Jurassic Park guy, whatever that guy's name was, Haddon or something. And everybody was like circling around him in this big elevator, like he was like the guru of gaming. And I'm like, I never fucking heard of this guy, never seen him since. And they basically wanted to know. It was like, so what? What's the game? What should we be paying attention to? And he was raving about the digital picture stuff. He's like, it's amazing. It's the new generation. It's the new art form. What they're doing. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Absolutely insane. Hello, Mr. K. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. He's got to run. Love you. Stay black. I'll do the best I can, sir. Good to see you, bud. Okay. Get info on the Sony PlayStation Online. Wait a minute. Oh my God. I remember this. Hang on. SCEA recently announced the launch of Sony Online, the computer's new interactive online computer service. It offers customers access to demos and information on current upcoming gaming. Here's what I remember. That the PlayStation actually had a website, and it was a text adventure game that you could go and play. And it was like you went into a bar and Sweet Tooth was there, and then you got into the Warhawk, and it was like all of the original launch titles from first party Sony were part of this. And I don't even know if you can find it anymore, like on one of these Internet Archive things, but it was batshit low budge. Brandish, never heard of it. Maybe I've seen the box, though. Rise of the Phoenix, I was never playing these kind of games, like a Koei game. Man, they're all in on the strategy. Here we go, reviews, baby. Reviews. This is pungent nostalgia, says Mutant Mo. What does that mean? Pungent's usually a bad thing. You're not a fan of this quality of nostalgia? Game of the month went out to Earthworm Jim. 8.599. But look at this one over here, Metal Warriors. This game was almost published by Sony ImageSoft, us. It was from LucasArts. I don't know why they gave this game up, but we wanted it, or at least the testers wanted it. I don't know if we ever made a deal and Konami just outbid us, or I don't know what happened, but it was excellent. You could get in and out of different mechs. There was amazingly addictive split screen multiplayer PvP. There was a great single player mode. It was just fucking fantastic. Yeah, the Ed and Al probably were playing the shit out of it together because it was one of those just great fucking multiplayer competitive games. All right, let's see what else they rated that month. True Lies, 8, 7, 6, and 7. Seems about right. Repetitive, of course. Phantasy Star 4, 8, 8.5775. I've never really played, I played like Phantasy Star 3 and that was it. Is 4 looked at now as a classic? Like you look at these scores and go, who gave it a fucking 7? I have no idea, but certainly it's was a much beloved series back then anyway. Never heard of Brutal. Sounds like a 3DO game. Let's see. Game Tech 6565656. So, Metalhead. I think this was 32X. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that was 32X was Brutal. Metalhead 55454. Fatal Fury, middle of the road 7. Lords of Thunder was a shooter, not great. What do we got here? Need for Speed, obviously that was like one of the 3DO's few titles that was pretty fucking good. 95965. He says, I'm not a fan of big games with full motion video. I have to admit that the ones in this game are quite good with clever cuts and editing resembling those of a Playboy video. What? The Babes, cars really look great. Gameplay is exceptionally good, but only from the driver's point of view. Once you get outside, the play control takes a dive. It's still not a bad driving game for the 3DO. Okay. RDF, Rapid Deployment Force, got Shadowon, Syndicate, Jaguar, okay. What is this? This is that zombie. Ooh, operators are standing by. This is for the ones who, all right, let's call them. Let's see if they answer. I'm sure, hey, the Kratos number is still active. You never know. Maybe this is still getting paid for by somebody. 1-800-292-4545. Let's see what they say.
We are sorry, but this program has ended and no further calls are being taken. Thank you for calling.
Assholes. Well, I'm not buying their game now. Idiots. Theme Park on the Jaguar, 75655565. Lemmings, Signosis, CDI, middle of the road. Stargate from the Motion Picture Show, 4543565. Okay. What do we got? EGM Hot 50. What is this? After Curious. Oh, this is all the shit. EGM 50 details the reviews crew's ranking of the highest games the past year. I'm not going to read them all, but they were into the number 1 ranked game was Sonic 3. The number 2 was Donkey Kong Country. What else? King of Fighters, Earthworm Jim, Demon's Crest, Donkey Kong. Okay. Yeah, the CDI, I barely remember. That was like the Panasonic CDI Ravnos, I think. It was terrible. Wild Guns, man. You can get this on the PS5 now as like a retro title. I spent a lot of time playing Wild Guns, studying the way it worked for, what's that game called? Dart guns we were making. Blackthorn from Blizzard, from the Blizzard fellows. Amazing. Fucking amazing. If you haven't played that, I don't know if it holds up, but boy, back in the day, it was the shite. The Lion King. Fuck you. Hey, Mickey Mania. This game was totally unexpected. Its graphics and effects will blow you away. It has good play mechanics. No, it doesn't. And great sound. If you love old Disney classics, get this game. Okay, well, that's nice. That's nice they liked it, but I don't think so. Super Metroid. Terrible onboarding. NBA Jam. Oh my God, stop it, Alexa. Samurai Showdown. What do we got here? Discworld. All right, let's do some gossip. Here we go. This is Q. N64 is finishing up the sound tools. Who gives a shit? Give me something good. Q-Man has learned of a rumor Nintendo is trying to ram a special provision in the third-party contract. This contract supposedly states any company developing for the Ultra 64 will be required to give the machine a 12-month exclusive exclusivity window. The Q doesn't think this provision will stick unless Nintendo is satisfied with the handful of licensees it currently has. Another rumor is the Ultra 64 has Nintendo concentrating on software themselves. At least 2 other companies that the Q has talked to indicate Nintendo has frozen them out of the licensing. Interesting. Metroid did not hurt me as a child. I was fine with it. I barely played it. I'm just saying, fuck them. Yeah. Howard Lincoln and Peter Main of Nintendo stated during an online conference that it would hit the stores with under $250 price tag. That's true. That's true. It ended up doing that. As Sony readies for the launch of PlayStation, the tech heads are slaving over specs of a new version of the PS called the PS2. Wow. The new machine, which is profiled in this issue, comes complete with expanded memory and a new feature that provides users the option to play movie video CDs. The system is scheduled to be released 2 years after the U.S. PlayStation hits ground zero. Is that what happened? I think it was like 99. In other PS news, Namco's snuggling up to Sony and acting like a silent partner. They've joined forces to sharpen their competitive edge and get a level playing field with Sega. Staying on the subject of PSX, Q here's the first 150,000 PlayStations that didn't melt due to faulty plastic. Do not have any territorial protection, enabling users to load up games from US and Japan. Cool. The Shiny team is negotiating with Williams about making an arcade or pinball game featuring everybody's favorite worm. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. Oh, God. 3DO. What a dumb thing. What a dumb thing. Here, this is more Mortal Kombat stuff. I mean, seriously, man, did this shit rule the roost or what? Here's what people wanted in Mortal Kombat 3. Here was their desires for the game. Different game speeds. It's not bad. Block in the air. Not bad. Full motion video winning screens. Terrible, but sure. I tried that. Fatalities on bosses. Different viewpoints. I'm not sure what that means. Like a POV or something. Bring back endurance matches. I agree. Change characters after each match. Yep. Close up on fatalities. That probably wouldn't look very good. Better AI, of course, and counter moves. I'm not quite sure what he means by that. Yeah, it seems quick and easy to do. Why not? Who is this guy? The cop. The riot cop. Curtis Stryker. We'll have a new set of moves. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. That's amazing. They're already talking about the PlayStation 2. It hadn't even come out yet. When did I think the PS2 came out in 4 years after, right? So this was 95, and PS2 was either 2000 or 99, I think. Oh, Jesus. Hey, it's Butterbean. I remember that guy. All right. No, I don't want to open the ad. I want to move on to the next page. Gex. There's old good Sir Gex. Astral. I remember that game. That was pretty fucking good. And I liked when they used the new systems, especially the Saturn, because it was so good at 2D to do like cartoony graphics. I thought I don't think there was much of an edge there on the market because of it, but as just, visually, I dug it. I always thought it was really good. Oh no, I remember this. The Horde. Kirk Cameron was in that fucking game. You remember that shit? Oh my God. All right, so it was 2000, the PS2, so it was 5 years after. Yeah. Oh, this is all Japan stuff. Okay. Yeah, this is back when they could make a Spider-Man game, and it was almost like every year you'd get, I mean, I know the games weren't anywhere close to what they are now. I know it's nostalgia talking, but it was kind of cool to be able to look at it and go, hey, we're going to throw in the Fantastic Fours, co-stars, and look at all these enemies you get, and we'll make, every 14 months you'll get another Marvel game. That's kind of cool. I dug that shit. Cross Swords, Daedalus, or Deadless. I don't know how you say it. Fuck you. Udmo says, I literally had this issue. I remember every page. Perhaps my improper use of pungent refers to my favorite cliche of I can smell the picture. That's right. Oh my God, Chrono Trigger. Look at that. Where is this? What is this? Nice graphics was their first impression. An RPG fanatic is bound to go nuts over this title. With the concepts of Hori and the know-how of Square, the game is sure to please. It's so weird how people didn't know what they know now. That's not weird. I know it's normal. It's called chronology, idiot. But I'm just saying that, this has become one of the most beloved fucking RPGs of all time. And the fact that it's just like, oh, here's this really cool RPG. You'll probably dig it. It's like, no, this is Chrono Trigger. But they didn't know. You know what you don't know. Hello, Zinc. Zenark. Oh, hello, Zenark. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. That's kind of cool. You could play that on your TV. Most Wanted. Primal Rage. That was that. I remember before E3, the first E3, the last time CES had video games, everybody came back talking about this, and it was one of those things that I heard, and I was just like, oh my God, how in the fuck did I not think of that idea? A dinosaur fighting game. It's fucking brilliant. But yeah, never really, I don't know if it would do well anymore if they brought it back. The first Rayman was coming. It hadn't dropped yet. NFL Quarterback Club. You got boxes full, Zank, of PSM and EGM. You keep yours. Yeah, this was great. Metal Warriors, like I said. Excellent. What are my predictions for Sony at TGS? You'll have to tune in to Gavin and Games this afternoon. I'll be talking about all that stuff. Siberia, Alone in the Dark 2, Blackthorn. So good. This is one dark game that spares no expense to put you into the mood for carnage. Armed with your shotgun, you can pulverize enemies. It's true. You can also kill the prisoners, which was always a lot of fun. What do we got here? What do we got? Theme Park, Slam and Jam. I think. Let me fucking tell you something. This is mid '95. Ravnos. It's April '95. This is how new a lot of this 3D shit was. Right? I don't know if Slam and Jam from Crystal was an arcade game. But there was an arcade game that was basically a third-person NBA game. And I remember going to the one, it was like a little shitty movie theater in Foster City that had it with Mike, because it was the only game we could play at the time that had an over-the-shoulder camera. And even though it was a basketball game, we were studying it for controls. I mean, it was like this stuff just wasn't out there. It's kind of nuts, man. It's kind of nuts. Okay, Primal Rage, Solar Eclipse, Dragons of the Square Table, Rise of the Robots. That was hideous. Just hideous. X-Band. Now, this was okay. Do you have what it takes? So this was network gaming on your phone line. I never played this. I don't know how it played or did or anything. All right, Tricks, fuck you. Tricks are dumb. Brain Dead 13. I remember this, but I don't know what it was. Is it a platformer? Let's see. I want to see this Brain Dead. What is this thing? Oh, it's an interactive movie game. Oh, I see. I see what you're all about now. Wait a minute. I was like, is that Kratos? Okay, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, this has just gotten a remaster. I've never played it, though. More cheats. Fuck you. I don't care about cheats. What was that game? Destruction. Air Cars. Ooh, somebody's going to sue Twisted Metal. I never even saw this before. What scared me was their Drive Club game, which was an open world driving game, which I was like, oh, we're fucked. Yeah, Brain Dead, I guess, was a Dragon's Lair kind of thing. Sports, fuck you. I mean, that's terrible to say. I like sports games, but I mean, fuck you. NBA is great, man. And people always say, well, why don't they bring those back? And they try, but the sports stuff just never does all that well, you know? Spidey, Super NES. Warlock, as we were talking about earlier. Hey, you didn't have the internet, man. This is where people got trained to care about strategy guides. I never liked this shit. I was like, if I want you to know something in the game, I'll fucking put it in the game. I feel like I'm cheating when I read shit like this, but it's what kids got used to. It's just normalized. This is what gave rise to From Software. Okay, let's see. Find the Elders, Stargate. Man, I was so excited for that movie, and I just did not care for it. Stargate, for me, is probably like Clash of the Titans is for adults when that came out. I know a lot of younger people love this, but how do you not love a movie like this about, Stargates when you're 10? But when you're, 25, it was nothing but disappointment juice. Oh, my God. No Escape. Where is it? I was looking at a design doc for this today. Sony Psygnosis. This got published, I guess, somewhere. But we worked on this game. This was a Sony game. Just terrible. Terrible movie. Terrible movie for a video game. May have been a great movie. I don't remember. But we read the script and we're like, what are we doing? Why are we making a fucking game based on this fucking thing? But we did. I guess we'll make it, anything they'll pay us to make back then. Monster Max. There's like pop culture shit. D&D the movie in the works. Oh my God. Eventually, yeah. Eventually true. But it took a while to get there. It ended up being a pretty good movie, actually. Look at this. Man, before the internet, things were quaint and delightfully quaint in some ways. Like, you want to sell some shit? You got to fucking, let's see. Barclays Shut Up and Jam when $30, or they'll buy it off you for $10. That's how you did it. That's how it was back then, idiots. Let's call them the Game Domain. I'm going to call them right now. Call them multi-user Game Domain. It's a BBS though, but I'm going to call it and see what happens. Hang on. 432. Nothing. I wonder if any of these stores work. I should call them and it's like, I have these games I want to sell. I'm very interested in buying your Super Stick. Is this price that I'm seeing right? It sounds incredibly low. $85. Hey, what's this? The Ultra. Oh, that was Marvel. Oh, Marvel and Malibu. Yeah, we made some Malibu games too, man. We made The Strangers, which never came out. And we also made Prime, which I do think came out, if I remember correctly. Look at this, Road Rash. That was a pretty good 3DO game. There weren't many of them. Evil can run, but it can't hide. Man, the Punisher. I want a Punisher first-person shooter. There we go. So that was the issue 69 of EGM, fellas. We did it. I'll tell you something. I've been feeling very retro-y because, like, today I got out. I've been thinking of doing some stuff for the War Story series on the channel of just the games I played and tested and stuff and made when I was at Sony. And so I started playing Hook today and Skyblazer. And Hook and Skyblazer and Spawn, that was published by Sony originally, then it went to Capcom for some reason, the SNES version. All of those were designed by the same guy. And they're all really good fucking games that still fucking hold up. Like Skyblazer and Hook absolutely still work. Absolutely still hold up, which is fucking amazing. So I'm looking. I wanted to play more of them today, but I just didn't have the time. But I think I'll be streaming that relatively soon if people want to watch and hang out and play with me. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go prep for the show. This, if people like it, will become a members only show in the future. It was meant to be members only today, and I just ended up hitting the wrong button. Shut up. But if you like going down these things, send me some suggestions of magazines that you guys want to read. That are old. I'm not going to read new magazines, and that doesn't seem fair. But I definitely want to look at the old stuff that's related. So, and I'll go back as far as you want. Hit me up on Discord or Twitter or however you reach me, and let me know which magazines you want to go through. Or leave a note in the comments that you hate this show and you never want to see me waste my time again. Penthouse 1979. I'll see what I can do. But meantime, I'll be back today about 5:15, 5:30 for proper Gabbing Games. Until then, I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys. Bye. Bye. Portals. Where's that go? Hang on. Jaffe, you old so-and-so.